Afternoon, everybody. This is Eric with Shadow Ops RC. Here's my S6R receiver from FrSky that I recently got from my new FMS Kingfisher. I thought we could go over the binding procedure. It's not too difficult. Bottom left is your button for binding. It isn't underneath the plastic cover, so you do have to have something pointy. The process basically is you hold the button down while applying power to it, and it will go into the bind mode, and then you go on the radio and turn it on, and we'll go through that. So I just wanted to show a little bit about this radio. So for programming it or for binding it, we're going to use the S port, which is where you would plug another receiver in series to it, kind of like S-Bus on Futaba, except for this way more affordable in my opinion. It offers the same kind of stuff that the Hobby Eagle gyros do, except for it's not external, it's built into the receiver. There's many different ways. There's two different ways to program it and do what you want. If you're not comfortable with programming with Lua scripts or finding the correct scripts online, there's a tool you buy that makes it really easy. The STK is like $12 on Hobby King's website. A little disappointed that Motion's not really selling much of FrSky's stuff anymore. I'm not really sure why. But so there's the receiver, and if you notice, things need to a little backwards. Negative is up, so it's gonna be hard here to show you what I'm gonna do. So I'll show you what things look like after. Notice there's no lights on. Using my servo tester for power. Just gotta have a simple power source, not a whole lot of power. So I'm going to set my phone over here with my controller and Nitro RC carb brace in it. Okay. The only pain with binding these is you have to be pushing the button while plugging it in. So I'm pushing the button. Make sure we have polarity correct, negative to negative here. Okay. Green. That's what we want. See how it's green? Okay, that's what we want. Now let's turn my QX7 on. And you're gonna see the startup menu basically. So we need to hit that, and then page to go to the next page. And then you have to scroll all the way down to, come on, RX number. So this is transmitter number 2. That's what we want. You want to keep it in 1 through 16 up there in channel range. So to bind, I'm only around 8 channels, no telemetry, so we do that. See how it's beeping? And the receiver, when it's bound, goes green. Let me redo that. I don't need telemetry. I already have it bound. I think that's what the problem is. So, let me set the phone here. It's pretty easy though. So let's just go to any. Yeah, it's because I have it bound already. See how the green light came on right away? If I didn't have it bound and I just plugged in the power source, we'd be getting a red light. So basically what happens if it's not bound already, I'm sorry, I should have waited to show you guys. Live and learn, I guess. When you do it through the S port, you turn it on while holding the button down, it'll be flashing orange and yellow at you. You go in to your transmitter, to the RX number, and do what I showed you. You know, you go bind, that, and I'll try to bind. So, pretty easy. So that's the S6R receiver. Let me get all my power disconnected here. I'll just kind of show you the different stuff I have set up in the transmitter. I don't have Lewis scripts. I'm using the basic menus. So you just have to kind of forget what they have labeled on the receiver, because that's not really what it's going to be. That's our inputs. Hit page, go to mixer. This is where all the magic happens. So I have my flap on channel 6, and for functionality of this receiver, I had it set up this way, and I had to create a separate curve to get to do what I want it to do. So it's not too difficult to do. Let's hit page. See, there's the curve I built. That it references. It's pretty easy. Special functions, which is page 10. This is how I had to set my throttle cut, since my new plane is a propeller plane, and also I have a DC-3 that's a propeller plane. You have to set this up so that way it'll work. So basically I have it set to where, and let's exit out of this menu, and I'll go to a different screen that shows you what the different sticks are doing. So right now, that line right there is our throttle, okay? I have the throttle cut off. You'll see my timer because I have it programmed to go off throttle. So, but we're getting throttle. And I have it set to where it'll stop when I don't have throttle. Now, to do the throttle cut, hear it beeping? That's so I know that it's on. And if you notice, the throttle's not moving at all. So I need to download the voices and put them on here. I don't have the voice alerts yet. So, but you see how it's working. And as soon as I turn it off, there we go. So here's just a brief intro, or set part 3, I guess you could say, of my Taranis QX7 and the S6R receiver. Probably tomorrow for sure I will make a video using the SDK tool, showing you how to program the receiver. And then I guess I can do a separate video just showing you the nitty-gritty of how to set up the transmitter. The screens are a little different looking, but the original Taranis receiver, the menus and what you do are the same. And I would assume on the higher model Eversky transmitters it's the same way. I don't know, because I don't have a higher end model. But this functions real similar to the original Taranis. So, just updated and, in my opinion, a little bit better. So, there's that. Also, I want a big shout out to all the subscribers. Thank you for being a part of this with me. This is as much your channel as it is mine. So, if there's something you want me to do that I've covered already in more depth, like the Crafting #1 has been doing, great. It's your channel just as much as mine. So I will be happy to help cover whatever. Big shout out to Days RC, Skip Build RC, Pilot Ryan and Captain Mike, Captain Robert and Pilot Blas over in Sylvania, and Rackham Roy RC, who's out in the west with me. I'm in Idaho, Roy's up in Washington. Great resources. Other than that, I thank you guys again for being on this journey with me. I really love RC. It's a passion of mine. Look forward to more on this subject to come. Have great flying and RC driving, or whatever kind of RC you do. This is Eric with Shadow Ops RC, out.